What's up, everybody? A.J. Kirsch back at you. You know the drill by now. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you know exactly when new videos drop, social media, merchandise, upcoming events. All that information can be found in the description of this video. Let's bang out the upcoming events real quick. This Friday, August the 23rd, I will be your host, ring announcer, and commentator at Hoodslam Obsession, a.k.a. I'm only happy when it stains. I don't really know what that means, but I'm kind of looking forward to finding out. Tickets are available by clicking the link in the description of this video, but it's 21 and over. Don't bring your effing kids. That's all I've got as far as shows this weekend, but I've got some big news to share. Earlier this year, in January, I booked and shot what will be my debut in a major motion picture, as long as that scene does not get, chopped up and lands on the cutting room floor somewhere. So on Friday, October the 11th, you can see me, hopefully, in Jexi. From the writers and directors of The Hangover comes a raunchy comedy about a dude who is so obsessed with his phone that it becomes his #1 priority in life, and he gets a new phone, he upgrades to the new operating system, and basically it's like Alexa or Siri or whatever, and it just starts ruining his life. Like, it starts by, he wants to order takeout, and instead it orders him a salad, and he's like swiping people on Tinder, and Jexi's telling him she's way too hot for you, she's out of your league, like little stuff like that, and then it just escalates and escalates and escalates, and I'm sure he learns a thing or two along the way. I'm not going to tell you who I am in the movie. I want you to check it out and see for yourself, but unless something changes, I will be making my motion picture debut Friday, October the 11th, Jexi, rated R, in theaters everywhere, this October, so I'm super excited about that. A first for me, and hopefully the first of many. Also, we've got 2K20 news. Hey, I'm wearing the shirt. Check it out, 2K mocap. And the big news today is that Roman Reigns will be spotlit. The spotlight will be on Roman Reigns in the Towers mode for WWE 2K20. You will play as the big dog as you relive some of the biggest moments in his career, from The Shield to his feuds with Brock Lesnar, John Cena, The Undertaker, and a whole lot more. So, still news coming out about WWE 2K20. Yeah, that's the big news with 2K20. Today, we are going to give you the final chapter of the wrestling character development seminar that I hosted at this year's Cauliflower Alley Club with ECW Originals, the Quintessential Studmuffin Joel Gertner, and the Blue Meanie. Another big shout out, and I guess for the last time, a shout out to The Hannibal TV for allowing me to use their footage that they recorded of the seminar and giving me permission to post it to my YouTube channel. So I appreciate that. You should all subscribe to The Hannibal TV. Their YouTube channel link is in the description of this video. Also, if you want to become a member of the Cauliflower Alley Club, and I highly suggest you do, in short, they are a non-profit that donates money to veterans and legends of professional wrestling who have fallen upon hard times. So it's a truly noble cause. If you want to become a member of the CAC, you can. The link to that is also in the description of this video. I think it's $25 a year, and either $300 or $500 for a lifetime membership. So do what you can. It's a great cause. I'm a lifetime member. A lot of people I know are lifetime members. So whether it's $25 for the year or a lifetime membership, every little bit helps, and it helps strengthen the health of professional wrestling as a whole. So there you have it. We got new YouTube content on the way. I'm going to continue to post things on my YouTube as details are revealed about projects that I am at liberty to discuss, like Jexi, for example. I can finally start talking about that. The trailer for that, by the way, is on my YouTube channel, so you don't have to go far to check that out. So stay tuned. This is the end of the promo seminar series, but there's a lot of fun stuff to come. So if you got questions, sound off in the comments. And one more time before we get into the video, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know exactly when new videos drop. And without any further ado, here it is, the final chapter of the Wrestling Character Development Seminar I hosted with ECW Originals, Joel Gertner, and the Blue Meanie. Enjoy. Final question.
What's one of the more difficult parts of developing a character that gets overlooked by fans?
I'm sorry, I'm hard to hear.
Difficult part of developing a character that gets overlooked by fans.
Just subtle nuances to your character. Maybe, just finding something that sticks. If you see a guy on TV, it gets to the point where or people, right, ECW was like, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. People, related to certain things, and they would chant along and stuff like that. Find something that, throw something against the wall, see if it sticks. Doesn't stick, don't do it again, or try it differently in a different way. It's always try to find things to stick to it, and once you save it, once you get over, once the crowd reacts, keep it, put it in your back pocket, then find something else, and then hopefully, down the road you got several things people can identify with you. Whatever you think of Randy Savage, think of glasses, think of the finger point. What can you do that people, when you do it, people react? I can just do a simple, people, just all my stuff, all my mannerisms. I tell everybody this: if you're going to get your character over, practice promos. Whether it's get your cell phone out, do a promo into that, do a promo into the mirror, all that stuff. Even when I was a kid, I wasn't even in the wrestling business. I would do promos in the mirror, and my grandma thought I was talking to myself. She thought I was nuts. But practicing facials and mannerisms, and have a cadence to what you want to say, and my favorite comedian of all time was George Carlin. Yeah. I borrowed so much from him as far as cadence and have a way of speaking, things that people can relate to, and I feel bad because it's so short in time. But find me afterwards, we'll talk about it too as well. So it's little things, like that.
Yeah, actually, something that's in my notepad is good for that. It's the best thing. But if I gave you a piece of paper right now, right, let's pretend, and I asked you to sum up, completely encapsulate your character, right, either your wrestling character or you as a person, and I asked you to pick 5 adjectives to describe you, what would your response be? Because my take on that is, if your response would be to kind of sit and one by one, and towards the end, they're coming out slower, come up with just the 5 adjectives, and exactly 5 adjectives, and no more and no less, because that's what I happen to ask for. If that's who your character is, just 5 adjectives, or more importantly, if a fan were to ever ask you a question like that at a panel or anything like that, if your character is that limited, then either it's the wrong character for you or you're coming at it the wrong way. The best response to coming up with the 5 adjectives for your character would be 5 is too few, that's impossible. If a fan told you instead, I like wrestling, it's simple. There are good guys, there are bad guys. So I just want you to boil your character down to its simplest form. I want you to tell me in 10 words or less. And if you see where I'm going, it's the same thing. And as politely and as humbly as possible, you should tell the fan that if that's what they want, something that's 10 words or less simple, that your character definitely, and pro wrestling perhaps, is not for them. Who wants easy to define? Who wants simple, right? You've got people spending $1.2 billion around the world in one weekend to see the Avengers. And how much more simple could it get than people being named by what their costume looks like, right? Like Captain America, Iron Man, right? That's not 10 words or less, that's 2 words or less. But come to live in their shoes for a couple hours and watch Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. And Robert Downey Jr. isn't just gonna give you, a portrait on the wall. He's not just gonna give you, non-moving wallpaper. It's gonna be constant flux and constant evolution. And when you go to see a movie or wrestling, it's not because you want to see that guy that's like your friend or that guy that you know him from the gas station, and it's not comfort food. It's you want to be taken out of your comfort zone, and you want to see stuff that's larger than life. So show a wide range. If you're a non-wrestling wrestling personality like me, and you don't get to paint the picture with your physicality, then you're not getting to what you're taught in wrestling school, play to the back row. But what you do need to do is show a wide range of emotion. You hear about bipolar tendencies, or kind of a bipolar. When you're doing this, you're omnipolar. You are the spectrum. You're the whole thing. So psychologically playing to and playing upon everything that everybody in the crowd might want to see, so that you are different things to different people, to all of the masters in the crowd that you serve. But you have to be omnipolar and be a person of 1,000 faces and 1,000 reactions. You have to show every emotion, and you have to remember, the camera is capturing you at 30 frames per second. So if you don't know which camera's on you, and they're all on you, I mean, one of them's hot at the time, but in the truck, they can see you 5 different ways, and they can always take whichever one looks best at that moment. Remember that that's grabbing you at 30 frames a second. So intensity doesn't just come from thinking an intense thought like a Randy Savage. Let's say you want to emulate him, and you want to just kind of have an intense physicality and really look into something. As you do it, you have to do it physically in a manner where everything you're doing, for every second that you would spend doing something in real life, you have to do it 30 times in that second, because you never know when that one screenshot, when that one still frame, you never know when that's the magic one that's going to become your wallpaper on the Tron, or your coming up next so-and-so versus so-and-so. Because your life, as far as your wrestling career, is being captured not in hours or minutes, but in seconds and in frames. So that's the everything but the wrestling stuff that I came up with that I wanted to share, and hopefully some of that answers your question.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't thank you enough for joining us. Thank you so much for donating your time. This has been the Character Development Seminar, part of the Learning Series at CAC 2019. The Blue Meanie, the Quintessential Studmuffin, Joel Gertner. I've been your host, a.k.a. Kirsch. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got another seminar coming up at 2 o'clock, so don't go too far. But thank you all again very, very much for joining us this afternoon.